Hmm. So today is Sunday, July 25th, 2026. I gave you that little um, tutorial on how to use a pocket jig, but I'm waiting for the stain to dry on those chair supports. And while I'm doing it, I was double checking everything on the chair, and since I had it on its back on the floor, I looked, and so this here is shellac. Um, there's no shellac right there, but I'm afraid that when I put the new finish on, this old shellac is going to keep the new finish from adhering to the wood, and then it will come off. It won't work very well. And like this in here, that's all old shellac. Most of the Old English oil has been taken out, but you can, ooh, sorry about that. You can see right here there's still some oil in there. So I'm trying something where I'm using a very tiny little Dremel bit right here. Oh no, I need to tighten that up. And it's a diamond bit. If I could hold still, it would show you. Um, there's little diamond, so it's a little tiny file bit. And what I'm trying to do is knock this shellac out of here, and then I'm using sandpaper really lightly to try to take it off of the surface. But these carvings are all different depths, so it's kind of hard to work with it. When I'm sanding, yeah, it's 100 grit, but I'm just really lightly pulling it in the direction of the grain of the wood to try to pull that off without ruining the whole carving. Over here is where I've been testing the Dremel bits so that I can recreate this little stipple pattern, and knock some of that shellac out. And it doesn't look too terrible bad. I don't know, I might go over it again with some acetone and see if I can't pull more of it out. But I'm going to show you after I tighten down the ball and move the camera over here. I'm gonna go ahead and work on this tiny itty bitty spots in here so that you can see how I'm doing it. I'm using my corded because it's a little bit better on my hand. And all right, here we go. Now I'm using a really slow momentum. I can make it go really, really fast, but we don't want that because it might dig into and create a groove, and I don't want a groove. So I'm just going to try to recreate that little stipple pattern and knock some of that shellac out of there. I probably should have my optivisor, but I don't want to go get it right now. And besides, that really, really magnifies. I've got a 2, a 5, and a 10. And a 10 would be 100%, and it really messes with your eyes. So just want to kind of pretend that I'm recreating that stipple pattern. Okay, let's see how well that worked. It hasn't been doing too bad. Now it's still got some right in there. That one's kind of knocked out a little bit. Let's go over it again. Maybe the bit needs cleaned. Let's clean the bit. You know, gotta do that. Grind that shellac right out of that diamond bit. See, now you can see the sparkles. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Okay. That's better. That's better. Maybe the new finish will hang on to that. Kind of feels like, it's not like this where I can feel the raw wood. Still feels like it's got shellac in there. We'll just keep going. Breathe through it. Slow process. We don't want to go too crazy. Okay, I can kind of feel more raw wood in there. So let's see what happens if we use a little acetone on it. I really need something that I can. Okay. See, that's getting coloring and shellac out, but it was really getting where I couldn't get it, you know? So let's go. So like it would just get sticky in there, it wouldn't come out. Yeah, that's okay. The acetone it has some sort of chemical in it that colors the wood, and I want to make sure that gets out too. Okay. Now I've also been using, there we go. That's nice. Okay. Let's use it down here and see what happens. Knock that out. This is all trial and error on my part. No. Okay. I've also been using this file here, this diamond file, really fine grit, but the very end of it has a grit on it too. So I can come in like right here and then go with